On this Community Wednesday, we're gonna figure out what the best assault rifle in Warzone is. I want to say thanks to Patty Donnelly for suggesting this question, and if you want your idea, topic, or question answered on a Community Wednesday, all you gotta do is leave a comment on YouTube or Instagram. Now, let's get to the video. Answering this question is pretty easy and not so easy at the same time. First, I had to eliminate any non-full auto assault rifle and any tac rifle because it specifically said that it had to be a full auto assault rifle. So, no M16 and no FAL, which are pretty high on my rankings, and no LMGs because, yeah, they're not really that good anyways. So, you would think that I would probably pick the FFAR, and for a part, yeah, I would pick the FFAR for close range because that's what it's really good at. Without attachments, it shreds up close thanks to its amazing time to kill, beating basically every SMG. And its only flaw really is that its ADS time isn't that good, but with attachments you can fix that. The only thing you can't fix is the recoil. Because of that, you can't really turn it into a long range build, but it can serve you up to mid range. So if you want the best for close to mid range and don't mind not having the ability to have a balanced build, pick the FFAR. Just remember to pair it with something more long range. Trust me, you don't need a shotgun with this. You probably expected me to talk about the best long range build now, but I'm not even going to because right now the sniper meta is pretty strong and long range assault rifles aren't really that popular right now, and you're at a pretty big disadvantage at some situations. So let's talk about the best all-around rifle. This is the M4, one of the easiest to control for most players, and it stretches out to pretty long ranges, but it still remains very competitive up close. It's got good ADS time, good velocity, good range, pretty decent mobility. It's the jack of all trades. It's not the best at really anything, but it will be good in pretty much any situation. With the M4, as long as you think ahead, so don't rush into a building where you know someone's camping with a shotgun, or don't try to challenge a sniper when there's a huge distance between you and not a lot of cover, you're probably going to win the fight. Just because it's great at everything at its base though, doesn't mean that it always will be. If you start stacking a bunch of long range attachments on there, your ADS time is not going to be that great most likely. So don't expect it to be just as good in CQB. Even though its time to kill will be great, your ADS time won't let you snap onto those targets, meaning that you're going to start hip firing, which means you won't be as accurate, and with the short time to kill we have right now, you're probably going to end up losing that gunfight. So objectively speaking, due to its ease of use and its versatility, the M4 is probably the best assault rifle in Warzone. But the video's not over yet, so what does that mean? If you've got the skill to control some pretty interesting recoil, well, the next weapon is even better. While the M4 is pretty easy to use and pretty good at pretty much everything, the CR56 AMAX is not very easy to use, but it can dominate pretty much anything. At its base, the AMAX seems like a pretty well-rounded weapon, except for its slower fire rate, which is made up for by its pretty high damage. You can easily turn this thing into one of the best close, medium, long, or even balanced weapons, but it is not forgiving. Because of its slower fire rate, every shot you miss will increase your time to kill dramatically. And to top it off, the recoil is not for everyone. While its actual recoil pattern is pretty good, the visual recoil is not that great, and you gotta really know the gun in order to use it at longer ranges. The AMAX seems to be hit harder by attachment penalties than most other assault rifles. If you build a long-range AMAX, it's gonna be a lot less effective at close range than a M4 with a very similar build. So, while you specialize, you're gonna be extremely great at that one roll, but it's gonna suffer when you try to get out of that area. The AMAX really shines though when you make a balanced build. With a proper setup, it can beat most SMGs up close and any assault rifle at medium range. And while you shouldn't be using this at super long ranges, you can use it to return fire when someone is trying to snipe you, and if any of your shots hit, it's going to do a lot of damage, so they're most likely going to retreat. So the assault rifle with the most potential is the AMAX. If you can control it, it will serve you better than any other rifle in the game. If you want something that's more versatile regardless of its build type, something a little easier to use, and a little more forgiving, then the M4 is for you. And if you want to be the best and only have yourself to blame when you lose the fight, then try out the AMAX. And if you just want to shred everything within close range, just go for the FFAR. So let me know what you thought of my top picks and if you've ever run the AMAX as a balanced build. And remember, if you have a question, topic, or idea that you want me to cover on a Community Wednesday, all you gotta do is comment on here or on Instagram. So that's the video. If you've enjoyed it or if it's taught you anything new, please hit like. If you got any questions or comments, leave them down in the comment section down below. And if you want to make sure that you never miss another video, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.